Hey everyone, we've been talking in this video series about how to survive this season. And man, we've been going through a lot, right? This pandemic, this quarantine. I know for me, how do we figure out how to survive the stress of this season? For me, I've been feeling down. I'm tired of all the restrictions about not being able to go out, not seeing my friends, not letting my son out, churches being restricted, fear, doubt, loneliness. Man, can you relate? Well, I stumbled on a solution while I was scrolling through my email, ironically. So I'm reading through missionary updates, and gosh, I'm reading about how, wow, Christians over in this country, man, they're being imprisoned. And then Christians over in this one over here, their homes are being burned down by militant mobs. Man, and then the Christians over here, I mean, not every country has the same kind of medical resources that we do too. So gosh, wow, there's so many bigger problems going on than just the ones in my life. Now, I don't need to mitigate or ignore the problems that are happening in my life. My struggles are real, but getting a global perspective from these missionaries and these Christian brothers and sisters around the world kind of helps my problems seem a little bit smaller. Maybe I can chill out a little bit more about them. So I get some perspective. Second of all, I get some inspiration. I'm reading through these stories and I'm like, man, these guys are going way deep into the jungle to bring the message of Christ and share Jesus with other people. Whoa, this brave evangelist just shared how dozens of local people decided to get baptized. Oh my gosh, that's so inspiring. And they're not just exaggerated reports. They're sharing videos, pictures, personal testimonies that it really is truly happening over there. Now, that doesn't mean that we have to mitigate or ignore what's happening here. God still is at work locally. But wow, look at the stuff he's doing internationally. It's inspiring. Lastly, you get some perspective, you get inspired, but lastly, we also get to participate. The Apostle Paul was a missionary in the first century, and he writes to his supporters in Colossians chapter 4, verse 3. He says this, "Pray for us too, that God will give us many opportunities to speak about his mysterious plan concerning Christ." So Paul's saying, hey friends, ask God that I'll have more opportunities to share Jesus with other people. And that's what we do when I'm reading through these emails of missionaries. I get to participate. I get to think outside of myself and pray for the work that God's doing internationally. That's pretty cool too, and it helps me get my mind off my own troubles. So how do we survive this season? We go global, we get perspective, we get inspired, and we participate in what God is doing in his international plans. So what do you do if you don't know a missionary? Reach out to our global outreach team. They're awesome. Just reach out to connect@neighborhoodchurch.com and they'll hook you up with one of the missionaries that our church supports. If you know a missionary already, send them an email and say, hey, I want to subscribe to your regular updates. Or I've got two organizations listed below that are great missions organizations that are doing awesome stuff around the world. They have newsletters, they have podcasts. Go check out those links too. Overall, how do we survive this season? Here's another idea. Go global. Get some perspective, get inspired, and play a part in what God is doing globally. I think you'll end up enjoying and benefiting from getting a well-rounded worldview.